Introduce to you your president, Dr. Ronald Maier. I'm Edward Copeland. I'm that little tiny guy down at the bottom. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long, long time, and it's my true pleasure to be able to introduce he and his family to you. Maybe him and his family to you. Him or he. Ron is from Wheeling, West Virginia. A graduate of Notre Dame, magna cum laude. He and I both went to Duke University, University of Washington, and did his research at the Scripps Research Immunopathology Division. That's a Washington Husky up there, if anyone doesn't know that. You have to have a baby picture. And Lauren, thank you for providing me with a baby picture. The baby is Ron. You can see where he gets his size from, that square-jawed big dad of his holding him. Here he is as a resident at the University of Washington. And I'll talk more about staying at one institution for your whole life. Notre Dame, I think Vida Dulcedo Cepis means life, happiness, and hope. For those of you who are Notre Damers, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. That's what I think it means. I hope that's what it means. Touchdown Jesus, all of you who are football fans know Touchdown Jesus well. In my era, the big-time coach at Notre Dame was ASA President. And there's ASA President, and there's our president with ASA President, no doubt giving ASA a couple of plays that he would use to beat, in those days, Purdue was the big rival. Appointments, 1981, University of Washington, 1990, professor of surgery, 1994, vice chairman of the Department of Surgery. In 2005, he became the Jane and Donald D. Trunke Endowed Chair in Trauma Surgery. And all of us know Don Trunke, and we're so proud that Ron holds this particular endowed chair. Hospital positions, Harborview Medical Center, Director of Surgical Intensive Care, Director of the Critical Care Fellowship, Director of the Northwest Regional Trauma Center, and Surgeon-in-Chief, all at Harborview, which is obviously a part of Washington University. Here he is with his trauma, burn, and surgical care team in 2016. Some of you in the audience, I'll leave it up there for a second, may be able to find yourself among those individuals. This represents only a few of the individuals that Ron Maier had the pleasure of training over the years. Presidencies and chairs, 1987, North American Trauma Association, 1991, Society of University Surgeons, 1993, Shock Society, 2000, American Association for Surgery of Trauma, 2002, Surgical Infection Society, 2003, Chair of the American Board of Surgery, 2003, International Association in Trauma Critical Care with ISSIC. In 2009, he was president of the U.S. chapter of ISSIC, and in 2011 was president of the Halsted Society. Rather remarkable. Unique accomplishments. 1978 NIH Postdoctoral Fellowship. 1995 Fellow of the American Association of Advancement of Sciences, and that's from 1995 forward. This is an honor which he has appreciated, and we all appreciate that with you, Ron. 1995 to 1997, Chair of the NIH Study Section, Anesthesiology and Trauma. 2000 to 2002, Chair of the NIH Center for Scientific Review. 2007 and in 2012, Senior Trauma Consultant in Landstuhl, Germany. These obviously represent our conflicts in taking care of the injured in the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. 2008 marquees who's who in the world. All of you out there who's who in something, but I seriously doubt if many of you out there who's who in the world. So I put that in there for that very purpose. 2009, the Gold Humanism Honors Society. Unique Accomplishments Awards. University of Washington Distinguished Alumnus Award. University of Washington Excellence in Mentoring Women Award. There should be some claps for that. University of Washington Stevenson Award for Teaching Excellence. American Surgical Association Flance Carl Research Award. Shock Society Scientific Achievement Award. American Heart Association Lifetime Achievement Award in Trauma Resuscitation. American College of Surgeons, the Sheen Award, the ACGME Parker J. Palmer Courage to Teach Award. Most unique accomplishments. Mary Lauren Schmidt, sitting right there. In 2017, President of the American, this is actually, I'm sorry, 2018 this should be. 2018, President of the American Surgical Association, which is what he is right now. And also in 2018, he'll be President of the American College of Surgeons. Only 5 people in the history of those two organizations have been President of the ASA and the ACS in the same year. 2 of those are in this room. I can see one of them. I'll let you all figure out who the others may be. But that is a singular accomplishment, and it's one of the things that leapt out at me when I read through his curriculum vitae and bibliography. Now, for the part that's most interesting to me anyway, that's Lauren standing in front of a hot air balloon. There's Ron and Lauren in the hot air balloon. This is where the proposal for marriage was, in that balloon. I guess Lauren didn't have any way of letting the air out of the balloon. Wedding photo in 1984 to a total of British Virgin Islands. Beautiful couple, to say the least. Along the way, birth of John Michael. Now, John Michael, I assume, is here. John, how are you? And birth of Anna Christine. And I suspect that's you because you look like your mother. Editorial board of 19 journals, 39 named lectureships, national and international committees, too numerous to count, except I chose Special Advisor, Trauma System Review, U.S. Central Command, Afghanistan. I had the pleasure, if you can call it that, of serving a year in Vietnam, and I appreciate anyone who has given their service, particularly for a medical need, to the soldiers that fight for us here or in foreign countries. Here they are, the family. I'll leave that there for a second. People look at the flowers. I want them to look at, look at the family. You can see that the genes for the tallness is carried through with John. And good looks, I might say, is also carried through from Lauren. Along the way, NIH support $5 million plus, NIH past support $11 million plus. If you wonder where much of your NIH money has gone that you didn't get, there it is. Basic research and trauma fellows, he had 79, peer-reviewed publications in print 350 and press 17, submitted 6. Ron, you're slowing down a little bit, buddy. That 6 has got to be up a little some. Non-peer review in book chapters, 94, text 37, presentations 370, and I've had the pleasure of hearing this one. It's all my favorite: Pistols, Presidents, and Pancreases, the assassinations of Garfield and McKinley. And I would suggest if you have him as a visiting professor, you might ask him to give that talk, which is really, truly wonderful. He kissed a camel in Bethlehem, but a camel kissed him. That's an inanimate camel. It's wooden. He does have an affection for animals. I don't have to tell you what that is. The one that would bother me is actually this boy back here in the back who's sleeping. he survived that. Boa constrictor, I think the one place to not have put a boa constrictor is probably around your neck. This is in the Galapagos Islands. Big lizard, I don't know what that is, but it's big, and he's up close to it, and it's bigger than you might even think, as you can see the tip of his tail. Actually, that wasn't the tip of his tail, it was this thing. That's a sloth. I had a hard time deciding what that was, but it turns out that's a sloth, and you can see that his trainer is holding it. I have no idea if sloths are dangerous. They probably are, they wouldn't be called sloths. Llama, hiking. I make the assumption that's someplace in South America. Is that right? Peru? And then I was especially pleased to get this picture of the welcome to Kandahar Airfield. This is Ron here, I think. Don Trunky with him. Wonderful picture. Here's Dr. Maier and Dr. Trunky at their, what we call a hooch in Vietnam is called a hut in Afghanistan as they enter their hut. Probably there's no window in there. Ron, was there any window in this thing? No, no windows. There's no window in my hooch in Vietnam, but there's a rule in the Army that you have to have an exit sign over every exit. So I suspect that it was only one way out because it's a hut in one room. There's an exit sign. I can guarantee you on the other side of that door. Dr. Maier and Dr. Carlos Pellegrini in Havana, Cuba. I suspect that Dr. Pellegrini had more with obtaining this pink automobile, which I think, I don't know what that is. Anyway, there it sits, and there those two are enjoying themselves there. This is a particularly good photograph. It's the Sea of Galilee, and it proves that Ron actually cannot walk on water. You see his feet down here, he's submerged. Ron hasn't seen these, hopefully you're enjoying them. I mentioned where Ron Maier spent his career. Spent his career at one institution, and all the things he has accomplished are amazing. My own chairman, Dr. Jonathan Rhodes at the University of Pennsylvania, who was president of the American Surgical, the American College, and the American Cancer Society, wrote me a letter on his deathbed and said this: "It's amazing what can be accomplished by an individual who selects an institution and stays there throughout his career." And that's exactly what Ron Maier's done. I give you your president, Dr. Ronald B. Maier.